YouTube, and welcome back to Taking a Look At. And basically enough, for those of you who don't know what this is where, I just play some games, some random old games, and, kind of just give you guys a little bit of an update on the channel, or, well, I guess an update on what I've been doing and everything. I don't know. This is a series. I guess I could call it a series. I don't know if I would though. This is something that I like to do more often. I just have to remember to make them. So this game is Gun Valkyrie on the original Xbox. This is a Sega-made game. This was made in 2002, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty good from what I've played. So the big thing about this game is that it has a very interesting control style. The control style, basically enough, I'll explain it one sec. Let's get into the game. Okay, oh god, shoot, I clicked stage 2, but whatever. Meant to click the first game, so the first stage. So basically enough, the big gimmick with this game is that you have a jetpack, as you can see, and if you just press up on you have to click the stick in, so you have to click in the left thumbstick, and then if you do that, it will shoot, oh god, I'm getting my butt kicked. God, I should have played the first stage, but whatever. It will dash you forward and everything. This is a weird game, because this is one of those games that, unfortunately enough, like, the controls really make or break your experience with the game and everything. As weird as that may sound, this is just one of those games that, lives or dies by, whether or not you can fully grasp the controls. I played this game the first time when I was 12 or 13. I found it at a flea market for, I think the dude only wanted like $2 for it, and I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll buy. I mean, back then I was just trying to play any games that I could. So, if a game was only like $2, it didn't matter what it was. Just pick it up. Just because I wanted to play everything. So let's see. That's how I played a lot of weird games. Like back when I was a kid, like 101 Dalmatians on Dreamcast. That's another game that I bought just because it was like $2, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll peep that out. And the game's actually not that bad. It's, for what it is, it's it's a 3D platformer. Yeah, it's halfway decent. But yeah, so I got this game and I instantly I didn't like it, and years went by and I found out this game has a bit of a cult following, I would say. This is definitely more of a cult type game because of the controls, and I always wondered, kind of what I was missing out on. And I finally got this game. I just got this around a week ago. Got it off of Mercari. I'm going to apologize to you guys right now because I know you guys are hearing my heat system and everything. Unfortunately enough, it's starting to get pretty cold where I live, and because of that, I have to have the heater on. So I'm a little sorry, you guys. But yeah, so I popped this game in for the first time in, years. And, oh god, is this guy, like, unkillable? And, I instantly recognized why I didn't like the game back when I was a kid. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, these controls. Because, back especially then, like, I didn't really care or anything, like, how bad controls were. Back then, I really just wanted to play games. So, like, I don't know, like, I played some genuinely bad games, and I thought, a bulk of them were A-okay. Not A-okay, but like were halfway decent. So, oh god. But I remember this game rubbed me the wrong way, and it was, as soon as I booted it up and everything, it was like a trip down memory lane, because I was like, oh yeah, the controls, that's why I didn't like this game, you know. And the reason why is because you have to click in with the thumbstick and everything, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know who at Sega thought that was intuitive, but it's really not. Like, you could use the A button to do that. Like, the A button has no assigned input, so you could use the A button for the dashes and everything, and the game would work just as well. But you know, whatever. I'm not a game designer. But yeah, so I've been doing actually a bit of original Xbox collecting lately, which is insane. If you would have told me that back when I was back even like a year or two ago, I would have told you, yeah, right. I would have laughed at you, because I've always hated the Microsoft. I've always hated, you know, the Xbox brand and everything. Mostly because I hate what Microsoft stands for as a company. Like, Microsoft is such an evil company because they're... So the reason why I don't like Microsoft is because Microsoft isn't... Okay, like, so Sony and Nintendo and everything, Sony, at least, is upfront about, you know, only caring about you for your money and everything. That's fine, because they're upfront about it. Like, Sony doesn't try to play babyface or play face or anything, but, like, Microsoft tries to play, like, babyface and everything, and it just really rubs me the wrong way, because Microsoft literally got into video games just to make money, just to try and profit. Which sucks, because they do make some really, like, very powerful machines, you know, some very, very powerful video game machines and everything. But yeah, so, god dang it. I am doing this level blind. Honestly, when I was a kid, I only ever played up to the second stage, and I didn't get any further. So yeah, so I am doing this blind, and I didn't even read the mission briefing. So I don't know. It probably had pertinent information that I've now skipped out on. So there should be an enemy like somewhere, because there's one flashing up on the radar. So I was really confused by the radar. Radar just means there's an enemy in the area. So is this 100% a dead end? Yeah. But yeah, though, I really dig the sense of speed in this game. This really feels like, to me, a game I could get into. I just gotta get used to the controls and everything. I am playing this with a Logitech Precision Pad. For those of you who don't know what the Logitech Precision Pad is, it's considered by a lot of people to be the best original Xbox controller. You know, I don't know. Once again, I'm not a very big original Xbox connoisseur, but I can tell you I do like it more than the Controller S, as it's referred to. I do like it more than that. That controller I just think is very big and bulky. Well, I don't know. I just really, it's mostly the shoulder buttons, the shoulder pad, the L and R. Ugh. God, those buttons kill it for me. So if you press the black button, it pulls up my time. We're already 8 minutes in, so that's pretty bad. I have found no use for the red weapon, so like, I've tried using it and everything, and it just seems completely worthless. Like, so the blue weapon seems awesome. The only one thing that sucks about this weapon is that you can't be mobile while using it, which does make sense, because, you know, if you're using machine gun in like real life, you know, you're not running around with an M249. For those of you who don't know, a machine gun, the actual name for one is an M249. Oh god, enemies are stacking up, but it's fine. God dang it. Uh-oh. Well, I gotta try not to take as many hits anymore. So, using the machine gun style weapon, you can use it while you're in air, which I find interesting. Something had me in its crosshair. So that's the one thing that did kind of annoy me, is that, like, there's a lot of stun animation. Like, if you get hit by something, you're stunned for a little while, and I didn't really care for that very much. So you want to kill that guy. You want to kill both of these guys, because then they stop reproducing. This game weirdly kind of reminds me of Jet Force Gemini on Nintendo 64, because if you've never played Jet Force Gemini, it's, you know, you shoot bugs in it. It's Jet Force Gemini. You know, I'd actually find it kind of weird if somebody told me they've never even heard of Jet Force Gemini at this point. Like, not because, well, you know, somebody who's in the retro gaming scene, like, not because it's a super popular game, but just because, you know, at this point it's not that it was very popular upon release, but at this point of time, it's been I wouldn't say covered a lot, but I would say, like, gosh, yeah, I guess I would say covered a lot. That game is way more popular now than it was when it was released. Yeah, that game was always a weird, like, filler step-in game to fill the time before, like, Donkey Kong 64 came out. It's a good game, though. I really like Jet Force Gemini. I like it a lot more than I like Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong 64 is just, I don't know, that game's a game, that's for sure. I don't own that game anymore, actually. I sold my copy. Yeah, I've never really liked Donkey Kong 64. I don't know, it's just this weird... So, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with 100%ing my games and everything, because, again, like, I didn't have a bunch of games. That's why I would play retro games when I was a kid. It was because, you know, how would I explain this one? Retro games were always way cheaper than new games. You know, nowadays, like, new games are, like, I don't know, like 6 months after they come out, they're cheaper than, like, a decent amount of retro games I buy. I'm gonna turn my timer off. Yeah, they're, like, cheaper than, like, a decent amount of retro games I buy, you know. New games are just, games nowadays are just so cheap and everything, and it's like, so people always complain about, like, DLC and stuff, but, like, I don't think it's a problem, because, like, as a you know, consequence of DLC models and everything, games are now, like, infinitely cheaper than they were back in the day, because I promise you, like, back in 2000, when PS2 games were new, like, man, you were praying for those things to go into greatest hits. Like, man, I still remember waiting, like, 4 years, was it, to play Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, just because I was waiting for the game to go into greatest hits. Like, oh god, like, those were the struggles, you guys. Like, you guys, kids these days, man, they have it way better off. Like, yeah, I'd rather have games nowadays how they are, where they come out with, like, a ton of DLC and whatnot. And, you know, because I never buy, it's very rare when I buy DLC for a game. Am I supposed to shoot that thing? Oh my god. Oh, you've got to be, where am I? The one thing about this game is that the aiming is like kind of awkward because you're like fighting against the camera. Yeah, I would say it's awkward, just kind of awkward though. So am I supposed to shoot this thing? I don't know what I'm supposed to do to this thing. I don't think I'm supposed to. Hey, wait. The red thing did something to it. What did the red thing do, though? Oh, okay, so the red thing's not a weapon. It's that's a grapple beam. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god. Okay, okay. So now I can just grapple beam to things? No way. Oh, oh, across the map, baby. Ah. Oh my god. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of, like, grapple beams in games. I don't know, I just always think grapple beams are cool. Because they are cool. They're freaking grapple beams, you guys. But yeah, the fact that this game has one makes it, oh no, I'm covered in ectoplasm? Okay, I can't, come on, I can't get out, thank you. What the heck hit me? Oh, okay, that's the little bug guy. Thank you. Yeah, though, yeah, I always just think grapple beams are really cool in games. So the fact that this game has one is pretty awesome. Grapple beams rule. Excluding when they're like, I don't know, they're super lame. I've yet to encounter a very lame grapple beam, but let's say the one from Metroid Prime was like frustrating. But yeah, so some of you guys might be wondering why the heck am I killing all the bugs in the area? Well, you actually have to advance into the next area. So yeah, let's see, where was the, yeah, it's over here, because, oh my god, what, no, why have you forsaken me, grapple beam? I was talking up the grapple beam and everything, I was making it sound all cool, and then, you know, it just goes and breaks my heart. It's actually probably because I was in the wrong spot. You know, this is probably one of the ones that's intended for front use rather than back use, and okay, grapple beam's not working. Why, grapple beam, why? But yeah, though, as for channel things, so some of you guys might be wondering why I didn't post a video at all last week, and it's because, I was, just kind of busy. I was, yeah, I was kind of busy, so funnily enough, not today, but, okay, so, when you guys will be watching this video, you guys will be watching this video on Sunday. You guys will be watching this on Sunday at 4 o'clock, and, let's see, I start college, on Saturday. No, not Saturday. Sunday. So I've been kind of gearing up for that and everything. You know, all the fun stuff that comes with starting a new school. Well, not in a new school. I'm doing online college for gosh sakes, you guys. Yeah, though, I'm hoping that I can still keep the channel, the content flow, and everything going. You know, I am hoping that. But again, you know, if it happens, if I, you know, miss a week of uploading, I'm sorry, you guys. Let's see, I do have a Halloween video planned. But again, no promises on if it will or will not happen. God dang it, wait. Okay. So there's 2 more enemies that I missed. Okay. And where? Okay, so there. Oh, wow. So these two enemies are the reason why I couldn't open the doors. That's a little lame. Yeah, though, I spent like, I don't even know, you guys, like 10 or 15 minutes trying to figure out how to, like, what this red beam did, because, you know, I was just like, what the heck? Like, why would they include a useless weapon like that? So there's a big horde of enemies, so we're gonna equip the machine gun. Okay, nothing down there. Oh man, did I go the wrong way? Small possibility of that? I mean, come on, it's me, guys. Like, would I ever steer you guys in the wrong direction if I, on purpose, probably not on purpose, but, you know, accidentally? Yeah, that's totally something I would do. Okay, so this is just a, is this the way that I came in from? I don't know. Okay, so I went the wrong way. Or at least I'm assuming that I did. Like 80% positive that I did, but yeah. This game's getting a little bit pricey for those of you who don't know. Yeah, so for like a long time this is like a $5 game. Like a bulk of original Xbox games. Yeah, this was like a $5 game. That was becoming like a 10. Now it's becoming like a $20 game and everything. And yeah, that's a little crazy to me. I didn't pay that, so I got this game for like, I got it for $4, and the reason why was because so there's this website that I frequent called Mercari, and I on the occasion get some really good deals off of it. And I say on the occasion. Okay, so we finished the deal, so I'll finish the mission. So I'll finish my story, and we'll call it a wrap here. So you guys see, I got my score and everything. So on Mercari, I got what I thought would be a really good deal on some Pokemon cards. The dude promised me a bunch of old school cards and everything, and I thought that was worth what I paid. But I got them, and it was just full of new cards, like from Burning Abyss, or not Burning Abyss, Burning Shadows and things like that. And you know, so I messaged the Mercari HQ to get a refund, and they closed my case. Like, they just closed my case. They just dismissed it outright. And you know, I messaged them again, basically just complaining, and they just gave me a $16 credit. And yeah, so I had that credit for like a month before I used it, because a copy of this popped up finally, and it was like $16. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go for that. Alright, so that's been me playing some Gun Valkyrie for y'all. If you like this video, like it down below, comment, subscribe. Have a wonderful day, YouTube, and peace.